This is interesting. What am I supposed to do now, I wonder? I seem to be still alive. Does that mean there is still a way? There's utilities. Slideshow, great. I still have the... Starbender. I have Chasma command key suddenly. And maybe I can use it to go somewhere. Right there. Right there, I can insert the command key and it's logged, so you can system check. Orbital maneuvering. Orbital maneuvering is emergency use only. 1. Earth intercept, Chasma deep space platform. Initiate lunar decommission. I think I would like to go back to Earth. I wonder if that is the right answer. Okay, insufficient resources to go to Earth. How about the deep space platform? I suppose the only thing is going to be decommissioning me on the moon. Fuel, oxygen. In that case, decommission. This operation is terminal. Okay. For real? For real? No way for me to work around it in any way? Are you serious about this? Are you serious about this though? No way at all? Well, it doesn't seem like there is anything I can really do here. It seems like the only thing I can attempt to do is decommission myself on the moon. Let's see what dear Peter could have experienced. Here comes the moon. Here comes the doom. It appears as though I'm still alive, however. My dolly and I, always together. What is this place, though? It looks like I may have survived. Interesting. Well, guys, it seems like we've completed the Mooncrash DLC, and once again I'm baffled by how good this team is, the team that is behind Prey, and once again I feel like it's one of my favorite games of all time. I can definitely say that this one had several flaws that really make it a little less enjoyable than it could be. I think it's too hard to die. I think it should be easier to die, if that makes any sense. I also think a big problem with it is the lack of scarcity of weapons or guns or basically just all equipment in general. I feel like if all weapons were more scarce, the overall experience would be much better. The whole game would be much more difficult, and it would be also much more interesting. I also think the time frame is a bit tight, but that's good though. However, if I were to design this time counter, the corruption, I think I would remove the time loops altogether and just make it much longer. That would be, I think, a bit better, but I don't know. I think that this wasn't the worst thing ever, actually. I also think the introduction of Mule Robot was not the best idea. I was using it proudly throughout the whole game, but you know, I always felt like it was a crutch. I was having way more fun leaving things for myself in like boxes and things, or just basically leaving them alone for next person to grab them, rather than picking them up. Once Mule Operator came in, the whole thrill of that was gone, basically, because I was just hoarding everything onto him, which was rather, you know, unsatisfying. The ending right here was really cool. It was definitely cooler than what I expected. I expected less of this ending for Peter. I thought he would actually get killed in his little pod on the orbit. I think this was one of the ways to go. I think that would have been a bad ending or something like this. I have no idea. I might have it may have just ended in a no life sign screen again, and you know, with a restart allowing me to try again. But I think, but I'd like to believe that that it was like a time event, like, you know, like a single time event. And in that case, this ending is the good one. If there are two endings like that, I don't know. I might check it later on. Apart from that, I think this was a very interesting spin on everything. I wish there was more of this variability happening earlier, on earlier runs. I suppose I didn't die enough for it to happen. I wish it was a thing, but unfortunately it wasn't. I wonder what Continue would do. I suppose it's like a New Game Plus where I can still do simulation runs, and that would be just for, you know, maxing out newer mods, I can imagine. But I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, the simulation itself is pretty damn entertaining, but as long as there are no end goals to work towards, I don't think like this is something that interesting to do. So I think this actually is another problem. I think this could easily be a bit longer in terms of, you know, difficultness. That's my main issue. This seemed a bit too easy. But apart from that, it was pretty dang cool. I also wish there was a bit more story happening right here, rather than just those few story objectives that we had, but, well, I think this is what we have to settle for. New weapons, new mechanics, they were all pretty cool, they were all pretty satisfying. They definitely matched the original game in terms of amount of content that there was. In short, this DLC, totally worth the money, totally worth the time, totally worth everything. And here we are. We have a dolly. Two dollies. Two dollies. Two dollies. Well, I seem to have beaten the game. So thank you guys for joining me on this pretty cool adventure. And, well, this is it for Let's Pray. For now at least. So, goodbye. And have a lovely, lovely